bring some flowers in May.
Is that what you thought?
I guess the season is confused, but that's all right. We made it to Friday, you all. So we pray that you all had an amazing day, and an amazing week. And we also pray that you were able to accomplish some of your goals, if not all of them. But if you didn't do so, don't worry. Don't give up. Keep going. And remember, only you can stop you. So what's going on, Chrissy Chris?
So if this is your first time watching the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show,
or listening,
welcome, or listening. Yes. We say welcome. To those who are returning, thank you for returning and listening and supporting. So for those who don't know, Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show is all about highlighting. I got a brain freeze. Highlighting individuals who decided to move in their purpose in spite of what you've gone through, in spite of your circumstances, obstacles, your background, your journey, whatever you decided to move in, whatever it may be. Maybe it be hair, maybe it's some type of entrepreneurship journey. Whatever it is, you didn't let anything stop you, and that's what we focus on. We thrive off of highlighting people,
and we use our platform to highlight individuals, and we want to make sure that we push people to keep going. And a lot of people out there are like, well, I want to do this, the celebrities ain't reaching out. That's okay. Let's give you a platform for for you to do that. And if you want to be a guest on our show, all you have to do is email us at millentwinsmedia.com or
millentwinsmedia@gmail. You didn't forgot the whole email. You didn't. You missed the whole email. So it's Millen.
We have like 20 different emails. Sorry.
millentwinsmedia@gmail.com.
There you go.
That's it. So if you want to be on the show, if you want something to be advertised, you guys have to email us. A lot of people are like, I DM'd you. We get 1,000 DMs.
We do.
We don't get to check all of them. So you guys email us, millentwinsmedia@gmail.com.
Get it together.
We're here to support. Our goal is to help people flourish and to give them a platform to highlight them.
Yes. So if you didn't know, June 22nd, we have a special event. What it is called? 2019 Millen Twins Educators Award. And in this event, we will be honoring 20 individuals.
21.
21 individuals who has impacted the lives of youth, adults, or whatever you may have, in the education field. All right. Whether it's presidents, teachers, floaters, teachers aid, financial advice, whatever. If you're in the education field, you will be honored on June 22nd at the Connection 4321 South Cottage Grove from 6 to 9.
Yeah. So it's a black tie event. You guys make sure you get your tickets. We only have maybe like 35 tickets left.
It might be less now.
Okay, maybe less now. But get your tickets. We want everyone to come out, support, show the love to educators. We plan to do this every year.
And want to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and it's not about creasing eyes, it's about educators. Because a lot of us, sometimes we feel like we want to give up. We want to stop. We want to move to a different career. But we're doing this to motivate and to encourage and to acknowledge everyone in the education field, the ones who are getting awarded, to say, we see what you're doing. We thank you for what you're doing, and you are changing lives. So June 22nd at the Connection, you guys get your tickets. It's from 6 to 9. So we're going to have fun. We're going to give the awards. We have Ken Sean
who will be hosting. We have Shesjazzology who will be on the red carpet. We will have Ikesha. Come on and taste these sweets at Carmi Cakes. We have 5 T's Catering Company who will be providing the food. Miss Tamiki Allen, who's going to be coordinating everything. We have DJ Flo who'll be on the ones and twos. We have Miss Ebony Chanel who's going to spit some jewels, some gems at us. And we also have, who else? There's one more. Jay Harris.
Jay Harris will be singing. He'll be singing during the cocktail music hour. Did you say one eye, one vision production company will be producing the entire award ceremony. So you guys come in your best. I know a lot of people keep saying, do I got to wear black and gold? You do not have to wear black and gold. That is just the decor colors because it just looks classy.
It does.
You can wear whatever color, that you may want for that event.
So in order to get your tickets, you have to go to www.iamyouareperfectlyimperfect.com. Once again, www.iamyouareperfectlyimperfect.com. All right, go ahead and get y'all tickets. But if you didn't know, we're also the Faces of Roxy Gal. So if you're looking for, women, men, Mother's Day passed already, but birthdays and every day. If you're looking for some bold colors, blues, reds, pinks, new colors, make sure you all hit up roxygal.com and go ahead and get you some lipsticks and lip gloss. Also, if you're trying to build your body for the season that's popping up, or I guess it's trying to peek his head. Summer, BYOB. Make sure you all hit up Regina Sams, you all. Also, My Nurse Design. If you didn't know, Ebony Shanae is making big moves, you all. And if you are looking for a motivator speaker or a school to attend when it comes to CNA, nursing, make sure y'all contact Miss Ebony Shanae. Also, sweets again. Carmi cakes, y'all. Y'all look, Carmi cakes. I'm telling you, it melts in your mouth. And if you're looking for an excellent drink that you can mix with anything, go ahead to
hit that blue vodka.
Pick a blue vodka. I'm telling you, I've been making all types of drinks, and everybody getting addicted. So I better go get that blue vodka, and it's organic, right? Is it organic? Well, it's good for my liver, clearly, if it's organic. But go ahead and hit up that blue vodka, you all. But before we, you got anything else? Okay, so I think Shesjazzology trending is coming. Trending
with Shesjazzology. I think she's ready. I think she got some good topics for us. So let me move on over because she already wilding out.
Hi. I'm excited.
Hey, yo, drop that beat.
You know what?
Trending topics with Shesjazzology.
That's it.
What's going on, chick?
What's happening?
How are you?
First of all, I'm full, so my stomach is like
the only gonna get you.
Trying to look pregnant.
No. What you gonna eat? What you eat today?
Oh, my father took me out to dinner. A man that treats you nicely.
Yeah.
Speaking of a man that treats you nicely. Okay, we ain't gonna go there yet. Let's go there.
Go ahead, go there.
No, let's say that for last.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Shesjazzology, and Millen Twins. Yo, I want to spread some Black girl joy around.
Go ahead.
There's a new movie on Netflix.
Is it?
It's called See You Yesterday. Did y'all see that, chat?
No.
I forgot to tell y'all that. We normally
Yeah,
exchange lists.
Yes.
But this week I watched it. It's actually of a African American girl. She's probably around 15. No, she's 18. She's getting ready to go to college. She's a scientist. She's Black.
Ooh,
okay. So she's like, it's basically what the movie is her. She created a time machine.
Okay.
And with that time machine, her brother, police brutality, her brother got shot and killed. So she kept trying to go back a day before to prevent her brother getting killed. It's amazing, but I'm not gonna tell the story. I'm not, but it's really dope. It's an amazing movie. See You Yesterday.
See You Yesterday.
I mean, Black girl magic all up in there, and a lot of people. I'm just gonna knock some boots off. A lot of people was given Spike Lee credential, but Spike Lee did produce the movie. Stefan Briard was the film director, but the creator and the writer was a female.
Come on, female.
Was a female. Hold on, wait. And I keep pronouncing her name incorrectly. So give me a second. Can I get the name? It's Fredecia Bailey. And I may be still Fredecia Bailey. That is the film writer and director. It was amazing. Like, it's a today's day. And I mean, y'all gonna love it. You could tell it's a Spike Lee movie. Because it's how it's set up and everything. And I'm just like, yo, this girl is like, it's not a little Black boy doing it. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying a little Black girl who's a scientist. It's amazing.
Awesome.
Y'all gotta watch that tonight.
Netflix is the new thing. I don't even watch my cable anymore.
What is Xfinity?
I go straight home. I'm about to go home and turn off my $200 cable.
I don't even pay for cable. I stream directly from my television. I pay for internet.
That's the way.
And at this point, I'm gonna start using my mama's. I'm gonna get a bot. Y'all know how to do.
Yeah, that Roku. Saying
what else trending?
Yo, can we talk about what happened this week?
Go ahead.
Does it look like the twin thing? Jinx, you owe me a soda. Okay, phaser. Okay. I want to say that I think I stood up for the men this week. So can I clap for them?
Go ahead, y'all. Catch that video.
Brothers,
y'all catch that video.
I mean, I've literally got a lot of men. Mostly men shared that video more than women.
So tell everybody. So if you didn't know, Shesjazzology is a YouTuber. She has her own YouTube channel. So tell everybody, what was this video that you just came out with?
Sis, how you single and picky? How you picky and single, sis?
Food for thought.
The video is basically of me talking about how women require, not ask for, but women require. You know, when you're sitting amongst your friends and you're like, yeah, my man got to do this. And when I grow up, I want my man to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, girls always had a list of what they like and what they want within a man or a boy or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, sis, how can you require a man to eliminate to this when you don't got what you don't have it. You ain't bringing nothing to the table either. I'm so confused with a lot of women that do that. I'm very disappointed, but this is what I'm going to be transparent. This is what your mama and your grandma instilled in you. Mm-hmm. So therefore, that's all you know is where a man just have to provide for you. Like, you know what I mean? And we know that, the man is a provider, but sometimes it's a nice 50-50 joint. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I think it should be 50-50, but you do have a lot of women who's like you said, and it makes sense. You don't think about it until it's said out loud. Like, wow, okay, I want him to do this. I need him to do that. Then it's like, okay, well, what about you?
What you doing?
You know what I'm saying? But it needs to be mutual. I think it needs to be vice versa.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying? Everyone needs to balance each other out.
That's
it
true.
Should be, I'm a billionaire. You're just
a housewife.
Yeah.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with being a housewife, but
there's a lot wrong with millennial women do not do housewife.
I can sit I can't.
You can't.
I'm not even gonna lie. I can't sit in the house.
You're not Miss Susie Clear Q back in the 50s. You know, you're not. That's not what we do nowadays. And I really feel like a lot of women now, when they require the men to bring this to the table, they feel as if it's obligation for a brother to do this. And I mean, when I tell you, like, I mean, men was like, literally, I got messages, bros, I love y'all. And people was like, you need to do more like this. Because people like bash men all the time on social media. It's always,
especially if they're going through something, their own.
Yes.
So what were some of the comments you were getting from the men?
Some of the stuff I can't say.
Just summarize.
Yeah. What's in so many words, I got, you telling the truth, Pastor, or say it louder for the people in the back. And I have some other things that were explicit that I did not delete, but I should have deleted, but I didn't delete it because it's like, it's raw. I can't keep trying to hide a lot of things that people say. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. But I know for a fact that, guys shared it. Like with nice platforms. Sugar Beast on Instagram, he got over like 30-something K followers or whatever. And he said, yo, can you send me this? And I was like, well, I can't on the IG. On IG, he was like, he sent me his number and I sent it to him and he reposted it. He got more views on his Instagram on my stuff than I got on mine.
All right,
but it's all good.
Go ahead.
It's all about connection.
So what about the women's response?
I don't know. Some women agree, but a lot of sisters weren't with it. And that's okay.
Some people are stuck in their ways.
We always, right. Pride, Jezebel. But we ain't going to go there. We're not going to go there. I just know for a fact that I'd be very disappointed when I sit amongst females. For example, I was at a dinner with a friend like a while ago and we were talking about, first dates. And she said, he got to spend this amount of money. Like she was, we going back.
She had a whole criteria.
A whole criteria. And I was just like, wow.
500 or no second
500.
date.
She was like, this is how much we have to. So you calculating the receipts while y'all outside or what?
That's stressful, isn't it?
Hello?
You can't even enjoy the date.
She ain't with him no more though, but we're going to talk about that. And I might get a little backlash from this because I tried to keep this under wraps for a long time. But it bothered me so much because what happened was at the end of the dinner, the bills come. And that card declined.
Oh, Lord.
And it kept declining. And I was just like, so what about that $500 though? Like, so what about your man though? What about that money we was just sitting here talking about? And I was just like, look, God don't like ugly. And that's exactly what it was. So what I did was out of the kindness of my heart, because I paid my tithe and offering faithfully. I need you to pay them faithfully. Again, I paid for her to have been mine. And it was just, she was like, I'm going to pay you back since I got the money. I'm like, I bet you do got that money. I never seen the money, but that's okay. Because in my heart, it was just me saying like, humble thyself and be cool. We put so much pressure on the brothers. We put so much pressure on men. And it's just like, how much can they take from women? And y'all wonder why they go to the other races. But we're not going to talk about that.
And I believe that's why a lot of them are intimidated. Because if they see it, and if for the independent women as well, if they see an independent woman, they may not feel like they're able to step up to the plate like that woman would want them to.
What about y'all? Y'all are very independent.
We are very independent, but
how do y'all date? And guys like, y'all got own cribs, own car, everything, Louis bag. Like, how can a man approach y'all and y'all be okay with it?
The thing is, Carice and I are like very chill. So number one, and we've had men who say, oh, y'all, I'm not at your level. You don't have to be at my level to date me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, fellas,
I might have, don't do that. So I might have X, Y, and Z, but I don't go around and say, oh, I got this type of truck. Right. Oh, I got a 5-bedroom house. What I have is what I have because that's what I wanted. Right. But I'm not doing it to get your attention. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't see all of me just for me and who I am, I can go outside and wear heels one day. I can go outside in gym shoes. I'm playing basketball. I'm a tomboy, but I know how to adapt to my environment. Right. So my thing is, I want someone. I'm not that one who's going to say, I need my man to do this. I need him to do that. But I do, if I'm bringing something to the table, I need you to bring something to the table. But I think a lot of the issues are for women in our caliber who are independent. Then we get that, oh, she thinks she all that, or she too independent. She can't get a man to take care of her. You can take care of me and I still make millions. Right. It's still possible. Right.
And it's not all about money. It's not all about materialistic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because taking care of me, you could provide quality time for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Spending time with me, I would rather have that than you spend. Wait a minute.
Right.
You have to think about it.
Catch yourself.
Well, no, but it's still good. But my thing is, I can make $1 million and you still take care of me. And you know what I'm saying? Like, but I want to take you out to eat. I mean, it's not about that. Or you can still be the, how can I say that? The man of the house, the head of the household. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it doesn't matter who makes more. Right. If we still play, if we both are playing our position, if you want me to be submissive to you, you have to be the man. That's my thing.
One more question though. So what if you do have a relationship with someone and it's things that you can buy yourself? Would you expect for him to buy for you instead? Or, I mean, like, I could get it if I want it. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I wouldn't. If it's something that I really want and I could buy it myself, I would buy it. If he buys it, it's a great gesture. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I can honestly say as a woman, and I know this is a good conversation, but I can say the woman that I am, I had to learn, and I'm still learning to allow somebody to do something for me.
Right.
That's so I've gone on a date and they were like, would you just let me pay? And I'd be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's not that, oh, I could pay and you ain't got no money. It's just I'm so used to doing things on my own. Right. So that's me. I have to learn how to allow the man to take care of me and take that back seat and just be comfortable with it.
That's crazy.
You know?
Go ahead.
We're just alike.
You just alike
to that.
It's true because y'all actually are, and that's just not even with relationships, just in general. That's your heart. So when you do meet a guy, it's the main thing. When you have women like that, like even Ebony, you know what I'm saying? Like women that can carry their own period. You know what I'm saying?
But the crazy part, I have to say this. The crazy part about this is the women that we hang with, literally majority of us are single
and independent.
Independent. And it's not that we all think we better than. It's just
I think I'm better than you.
You stupid. But I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I wonder, like, okay, do we intimidate men? You know
I felt like I intimidated men. I felt like I intimidated. I feel like I intimidated men simply because of how we, you know what I'm saying, how we carry ourselves the same. You know what I'm saying? How we just how we present ourselves, or even when we walk in a room, it's just like
that confidence. But don't you want to?
Like, who are they?
But don't you want a woman with confidence? You prefer a woman to feel like she need to go hide? No, I'm gonna walk in the building like because I'm confident in myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a lot to get to that point. Yeah, so I don't feel like we're walking in because we're bougie. No, I just love who I am. You know what? You know what I'm saying? So. I just love who I am, so it's not me walking in thinking I'm better than someone. I love Crystal, and I don't need somebody to come in to love me or make me feel love because I already have that within me. Right. It's just you're just an addition,
right?
You know,
adding that love to it.
That's the most important thing is when you actually know that you love yourself. Then you able it's like I don't need a man to love me. It's like once I'm my soulmate, the soulmate will be entered in.
And you definitely can't be in a relationship if you don't love yourself.
Oh yeah, but it's a lot of women that do. That's
why relationships are not lasting. Exactly.
I mean, it's all good. But I mean, it's all good. We all good. I just wanted to make sure y'all seen that. If y'all didn't go see it, it's on YouTube. I'm excited.
Share it, you.
I know. Yeah, share it,
Shesjazzology on YouTube. You guys make sure you go and share her video.
But it was some amazing news this week, though. Some
what?
Morehouse.
Some
Morehouse men.
Oh, they got. I ain't worried about that because they ain't paid for my loans.
Really? You supposed to be happy.
Does
you
that?
Be happy for them.
But that's exciting though. A billionaire does go and pay. Out. And the funny part is, I know someone whose son was one of the sons who got it.
Really?
Yeah, so that's exciting.
And
shout out to that. We
somebody
need more
came
of that.
for Oprah too.
They did.
Somebody you should have been, and she
But
was
Oprah's
like,
I
actually,
pay this.
Yes, Oprah did a lot for other communities. I
She
mean, like
has,
literally
even out the country.
I'm still waiting on her to discover me. I DM her like almost like all my videos. Her and Ellen, both of them.
We're still waiting, Ellen and Oprah.
Wendy too. I'm waiting on all y'all. I be DMing them. Like seriously, I send them to
Yeah,
my
keep
videos.
going.
One
Don't
day they go open that mug and I'm out of here.
And shout out and keep doing it. Shout out to Nurse Marty for the project he's doing in Milwaukee with the shower. Somebody, a producer from Ellen, reached out to him on his project that he's doing. So we are proud of you, Nurse Marty.
Nurse Marty.
I told him we'll come out there and paint and do some.
What you mean? Keep me on the camera. That's all I need. My cameo, and I'm Ellen. Girl, I've been DMing you. Like that's it. That's the connection.
That's all you need. Your 2
I love
seconds.
it. But that's news. That's news. I guess that's the kind of stuff you want.
What else you have? You have.
Because I be trying to bring the shade, but they still won't.
Go ahead, bring the shade.
One shade. Let's go.
That was it.
Oh, well, you did good. Share the video.
Though, like, no, seriously. No, not just that. I mean, in general, you know what I'm saying? Just sharing the Black girl magic aspect of it.
No, that's
you know what I'm saying? I love it. I love doing this. But I mean, I honestly want to talk about what I want to talk about. Drop the mic. Seriously though. That was a really good gesture. The $18 million. Wasn't it 18 million?
It was a lot. Whatever it was.
It was 18 million.
Whatever. It was 18 I wish Princeton was at Morehouse right now.
Princeton would be there.
2019. I'm talking about and got his stuff paid.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about right now at this moment.
Oh, right now?
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It'll come down the line.
Debt free.
He's going to be at Princeton. Princeton's going to be at Princeton.
How do you know that?
Because his name is Princeton.
That don't mean
I
nothing.
spoke it into existence.
You spoke it into existence, but God may give him
all right,
something
so we
different.
shout out to Shesjazzology,
Right.
trending with Shesjazzology. We're going to take a quick music break, and when we come back, we're going to come back with our VIP guest, Ikesha Clancy. Make sure you share the video.
Cause you're not mine, can't deny it. No, you hear me talking, babe. Love me now or I'll go.
What's up, everybody? This is your girls, Carice
and Crystal,
aka
Millen Twins.
So if you're just tuning in, you are tuning in to the
Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show on IntellectualRadio.com.
I almost ran out of breath right there. Well, I'm telling you, I need to go work out. That's DJ Crystal. DJ Crystal is in the building. But we have a beautiful guest in our in the studio, Miss Ikesha. How are you, my dear? We're amazing. I feel like she always deep, y'all. I feel like she got her Bible opening up. Y'all got a Bible at the top. Hey, you ready? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go before we get into some deep stuff. We're gonna go ahead and do the 2020 questions.
It's time for the 2020 with the Millen Twins, right here on IntellectualRadio.com.
So you have 5 seconds to answer these questions, just random questions. And if you don't answer these questions within 5 seconds, you're going to hear this buzzard. Yeah.
Ain't that nice? We still ain't got that together.
You know what? But we're going to go ahead. You have 20 questions. You ready? Sure. Let's get it. Make sure you're talking to the mic, okay? Okay, let's go. What do you find yourself doing a lot these days?
Writing and praying.
What single appliance can you not live without?
Refrigerator.
What's the one thing you can... Did you just say what's the one thing you could never live without?
No, that was
okay. What's the one thing you can never live without?
I think I said refrigerator, right?
No, that was an appliance.
Oh, my phone, my cell phone.
Okay. CPS. Okay. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
Rewind.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Loving, caring, and helpful.
Would you rather never age mentally or physically?
Physically.
Who do you look up to the most?
Jesus.
Come on.
You deep today, girl.
I need the prayer closet.
Do you think do you think the world would be a better or worse place if everyone could suddenly read your thoughts?
Worse.
Come on, people be mad at me.
Upset.
Like, if I could say this out loud. When do you feel the most beautiful?
When I put makeup on and get dressed.
What job would you absolutely be terrible at?
Retail.
What's your favorite song to blast in the car?
Fantasia, Lose to Win.
Okay. What event in your life will make a good movie?
Actually, my new book that's coming out.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. All right, phone call or text?
Text.
Okay, would you rather be able to stop time or fly?
Fly.
Would you rather be completely invisible for one day or be able to fly one day?
Invisible. I need to see what's going on. I need to see these lives and these. I need to see what's going on.
Jezebels out here.
I need to see.
What product would you stockpile if you found out they weren't going to sell it anymore? Yep, that was fast.
Oatmeal pies for me. Rich friends
say Oreos, but I know
oatmeal pies. I'm telling you, I'm a fat girl at heart. Rich friend or loyal friend?
Loyal.
I don't know if there's any more left.
I need
if
loyal.
it ain't Jesus, give me rich.
If you ruled your own country, who would you get to write your national anthem?
Fantasia.
Most important in a partner, intelligent or funny?
Funny.
What song would you pay money to never hear again?
I don't know.
What's that cowboy song that came out?
The Princeton sings every day.
Like, Lord, have mercy. We got cowboys everywhere. Money or free time?
Free time.
All right, last question.
Last question. You ready? Sure. Can you make any prediction about anything exactly 1 year from now?
That I will have my life coaching certificate next year.
Me too. Did you know that?
No, we talked about it, but you know.
No, I know.
Really. She lying.
I ain't coaching nobody's life.
All right. So if you guys are tuning in, we're tuning in with Miss Ikesha Clancy. Share the video. Share the video. So if you didn't know, the way we met Ikesha. Well, number one, Ikesha is the one who helped us when we wrote our first book. She told us what publishing company go through. She gave us ideas. We were texting her back and forth, and she was so open into it. And we thank God for her sharing the information, because now we sharing that with everybody, literally everybody every day. Like, how you do this? And we just go ahead and give them the process. So we thank you again so for being open to doing that. So what's going on, Ikesha?
Tell the people who you are.
My name is Ikesha Clancy. I am in Arthur, and I also have a girls mentoring program, which is Be Free Movement. So,
Anything else?
No.
Okay. So, with this Be Free Movement program, what is that? What does that entail?
So, it's a group of young ladies that God has given me, from the age of 9 to 21. So what we do is empower young ladies to be future leaders of today. You know, I didn't have that growing up. It was hard. I didn't get it until I was 17, 18. I had made a whole lot of mistakes and I thought I was grown at that point. So I just feel like being a mentor nowadays in this community is very, very vital and important. So with Be Free Movement, what we do is I believe in education. So I push them to do, I push them in their education, their goals, their dreams. Some of them want to be entrepreneurs. So, I'm connecting them with people that are doing what they want to do.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I love that. When we meet these girls, we love these girls. Every time we see them, it's like little fam. They're like little sisters, our little babies. So shout out to Be Free Movement girls. What inspired you to start that though?
Well, I was teaching at North Kentwood Oakland Charter School that's in Hyde Park. And so I had a group of young girls that was always around me. And so I started off with 3 at that point, and, it just grew. And it was inspiring because, my mom and I'm be open. We really didn't have that, close knitted like that. It wasn't until I got older and I understood my mom's love language. And I feel like if you're younger and you don't understand that, you think, oh, your mom not there for you, she don't love you. But it took me to about 3 years ago to understand that my mom love language back then was, even now, she's a provider. So my mom love language was making sure we ate, making sure the lights and the gas was on, making sure me and my siblings, had clean clothes.
So she worked a lot.
Yeah, she worked a lot. Even though my dad was in the household too, like they both, balanced it off. So my mom was like never that, girl, give me a hug. We finna go out talking. That wasn't her. So it took for me and my siblings now to call her like, we going to the nail shop, you going? Or we going to wash these clothes this day, you going? It took for us to do that. And so now me and my mom is the best of friends. Like I love her,
amazing.
And not only that, but I had to tell these girls, look, if you feel like you don't have it, like you have to open up and be open to say, look, even though we don't have this relationship, I still need a mentor. So, with that, I love the girls. They get on my nerves sometimes, but
and I think a lot of young ladies actually go through that. They don't have that relationship with their mom, but they don't actually see or understand why. And just taking a deeper look, like how you had to look like, okay, and she realized, okay, she was a provider. So it's not the fact that she didn't love me.
Wasn't that.
She's trying to make a way. And it's so many, we have to realize there's so many single mothers out there. And it's not just, oh, I don't love her. No, we trying to make a way. And I'm not trying to isolate myself or push you to the side, but I want to make a way so you'll be good.
Yeah, one thing my mom, she did when we was younger, she always showed that example of strength. And it wasn't until my dad died, and I was just like, wow, she has really displayed strength. Like she got a college degree, she made sure all of us was taken care of. Like we never been, well, I've been to jail, but that was on some fighting stuff.
Transparency.
That was on some fighting stuff when I was in high school. But
we'll talk about that off the air. I know we had a seven in the studio.
Let's do background checks. Producer.
But we never, my siblings, my mom never had to come and put money on our books. My dad and them, they didn't play that, and so I'm grateful that I had parents like that. And so these girls nowadays, their parents are young and they're raising them. And so, a lot of the young ladies that I have, maybe 70% of them have single moms. The rest of them, the rest of 30 have 2-parent households. But the girls is like, my mom don't understand me. They don't love me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that's not what it is. You have to look beyond that and see, it's not just you have other siblings. So she got to make sure you fed, your siblings fed, all of this is taken care of. So I think in that, one thing I do impart in the young ladies is that, if it wasn't for your mom being who she is and what she is, you wouldn't be here.
Definitely. So, and I think we all have to look at ourselves too as adults. We know that, okay, she wasn't here or whoever may not be there. And if you think you need to go talk to somebody, but try to make a difference. Try to turn the situation around instead of lingering on the negativity. And then if God forbid, your mom passed away, then it's like, oh, now terrible. You in a dark place. Yeah. So we have to learn to just change all these names because we can't change the past, even though we want to. Believe me, if I could change my son.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you
come back, bring it back.
Just turn the negativity into positive. Yes.
So with the young ladies, how do you obtain the girl? Because every time we see you, your group gets bigger and bigger. How do you obtain these young ladies?
It's hard. And out of transparency, like I have to break them down in groups. I have the younger girls that's in elementary. I spend time with them. Those are in high school. Those are in college. So I have to do it that way because now it's just me. And so now I have to figure out, what are we going to do? So now that it's just that, we find times, okay, so you all want to do this, you all want to do that, you all want to do this. So let me separate it. And so when we do come together, it's like big parties or big celebrations. So, it's hard, but, my job, them, ministry, and my book, I find time.
So and there's a lot of, we commend everyone who has a mentor group, whether it's with boys, young ladies. But how do you keep your sanity? Because there's been times where Ikesha be like, okay, I need the team. I need everybody. And there's been times we all come together and we work and I'm like, ooh, all this estrogen in here. How do you keep yourself motivated?
I have to pull back sometimes and I have to take a moment for me. And if I don't, everybody gets snapped on. So I pull back, either where it's either fast or praying, or I go to the spa, or I refocus and build me back up. And then I go. Because it's hard. When I call on y'all, look, one of these girls, y'all need to come and get it because I can't. And here's the thing. What I realized that I have like maybe 4 girls that have kids, and I'm not a mom. And so I don't understand, or I've never had to experience if I'm going to buy my baby milk or buy me food, or I never had to experience, do I buy my baby shoes, or do I buy, put gas in the car? So, I reach out to those, that have kids. Hey, look, can you all talk to her? Can you all be that support for her? Because I don't understand. Now, what I can do is buy Pampers and buy clothes and babysit. But other than that, I can't do nothing. I can encourage you, but I cannot speak from that standpoint because I haven't experienced it. So, sometimes I pull back, I get poured into, and then I go in.
That's great that you can realize that when you need to pull back to build yourself back up, and then go back in. Like, all right, let's get it. I got it.
Yeah, because the here's the thing. I don't want to never leave the girls out there. I know how I feel to be rejected. I know how I feel to be depressed. I know how I feel not to have nobody. And so when I felt that moment, I felt like I wanted to end it. And so I never want them to experience that. Even if I have to go without, I'm going to try to make sure they're good.
Wow, that's amazing. Is there like a cap to, okay, I only can take these amount of girls, or do you just
keep going?
What I've learned out of the couple of years that I've been doing it, now I only have to deal with those that I'm assigned to. And it's not being funny. As if I can't handle it, or if I'm not assigned, I'm not wasting my time no more. I wasted years and time of investing in people and pouring into people, and they was not my assignment. So if they not my assignment, if I pray about it and that's not what I'm going to do, hey, Carice, Crystal, y'all got time? Because
nope.
I'm going to sit
I'll just play.
Y'all know I'm the comedian in the family.
Over to y'all.
She thinks she's funny.
I'm gonna send them over to y'all.
No, well, shout out to all the young ladies. We love all of them.
We have to
they
get
like,
back
when
into
we
the
gonna
lives
see the
of more.
twins? When
I
we
know.
gonna see
Please
them?
forgive us.
We didn't got busy, but that's not. We should never
excuse,
make
though.
busy an excuse.
shouldn't.
So we apologize, but we love you, girls. Jasmine's rolling her eyes, because she got busy too. But anyway,
Right.
but we commend you on what you're doing, because a lot of people walk away from young ladies because of
Whatever
all
they may be going through,
or what they're
anything,
going through,
yeah.
and it can be draining at sometimes.
And here's the thing, I do reach out to, I do have some amazing girlfriends that have mentoring programs, and I'm getting overwhelmed in this area, or they come to reach out to me, well, Keisha, how do you get all your girls to participate? And half of them don't participate. And, I tell them, if your grades are not up, if your mom is calling me, telling me you disrespectful, and if you can't respect her household about coming in, and if, you can't go to work, look, this right here, you can't come. If you need to figure this out, and then we can revisit it, and so I reach out to young ladies that have mentoring programs, and we just bounce off each other, and that's that extra strength, because again, like, it takes a village to raise a lot of kids.
It does. That's why I have one. So tell us, you're also an author.
Two-time author. Now.
Well, did the other one come out? The other one ain't came out.
She's still technically two-time. Okay, well, go ahead. Let's talk about the first book.
Okay.
Go ahead, talk about
it. That book was titled Embrace Your Process for Your Destiny. So I wrote that book based off my experience in life. Some of the chapters in the book was I had to be rejected. I talked about my father passing away. I talked about me not having a job. Out of transparency, I talked about homosexuality because I had experienced it. And so not only that, I talked about having people in my life that I felt like it wasn't no good for me. And so with that, I didn't know my pain and suffering would produce that. And I didn't know the testimonies that I would get behind it. Now, I did get backlash from it, but that was fine, because at the end of the day, I did what God told me to do.
And it was your story.
And it was my story.
So with that process of writing your book, would you say that was healing for you?
Definitely was. The process of writing was healing. It was therapy. Now, this book was a little easier than the last one. I think the last book, I was still struggling with Keisha and finding me and loving me. And so it was a struggle because I didn't want to be real with me, and I didn't want to relive the pain, and I didn't want to be open and transparent and be naked in front of people. And so because I was forced to do it, it was like, okay, Keisha, what are you going to do? And so, some people was like, Keisha, how can you say that in that book? And because I went through it. And are you serious? Your dad would be turning over in his grave. Well, if he is, God rest his soul, but this is what it is right now. And so I I sold several copies of that book, and I'm still selling them to this day. I still get checks from Amazon about the books. And one thing about it, my dad's sister is Jehovah's Witness. And of course, I spoke about God in the book. And of course, I gave, biblical scriptures and things like that in prayers. And she called me. She said, Keisha, I have to be honest. I want to know the God you know. And so when she said that to me, that touched my heart. Even if it, even though I sold several copies and got, testimonies behind it, when she said that from a Jehovah's Witness to want to know who my God is, that was enough for me.
That was.
Like, I didn't, not that I didn't care, but that was enough. And she was just like, I'm very proud of you. She said, I did think that you had it in you, but reading your book and seeing this, I know your dad is proud.
And that's why so many people are lost within themselves. They don't know their identity because they can't be transparent with themselves. They're so quick to hide the truth, to hide what they're going through, to look like this Instagram model, whatever Beyonce or whatever. But it's like, that is the downfall, because how can you start healing, or how can you actually sit there and say, I could talk to a youth, and you giving them the fakeness, and then you actually going behind closed doors, you're going through hell.
And that's the thing, I think, another reason why we decided to do our show is because we believe in transparency and we always talk about it. And a lot of people are afraid, and who has books at home ready to be published, but are afraid to publish it because of what people may say. Right. And the thing is, when Chris and I wrote our book, we've never written a book before. We didn't know what to expect from it, but to have so many people say, I needed this. This made me, this helped me to get through my week, or I was about to commit suicide and this stopped me from doing it. So just to hear that 1, 2, 3, however many people, we weren't counting, but to hear that means, okay, we were being obedient to what we were supposed to do. Exactly. So if you're writing a book, if you're writing a blog or want a vlog and you want to do so, but you're afraid of what people will say, stop thinking about that way, because you're not going to ever get healed from it. You have to believe, you have to understand too. And a lot of people don't understand. You go through a lot of things, not for you. You're going go through it for someone else, to help someone else. And a lot of people don't understand that. Yes, it feels like we're getting beat up and we're getting beat down. But once you get through it and get through that journey, you're helping so many more people. And it's so much lighter.
And then we have to realize God will never give us anything we can't bear. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it seemed like, I'm ready to jump off this edge or whatever. But it's like, okay, God gave it to me. That means I could get through it.
And then not only that, I think we are created to be that example. And everything that we go through, a lot of people want to not speak on it. And honey, I want God to use all of this pain, regardless of what I went through, how I went through, and how it made me feel.
Have your way.
I want him to use every bit of the pain that I have experienced and the pain that I caused myself. I'm not going to put it on everybody else. I was disobedient in some things, and I did some things that I should have never been doing, and it caused the pain. But that book, like, it was many a nights I've cried. No, I'm not going to publish it. I went back and forth with the publishing company, and I was just like, no, I'm not ready. And it wasn't until I was in the hospital, and I called my brother, and me and my brother did not have the best relationship either. But guess what? Ain't nobody touch him now. I love him. And I called him and I said, Keith, I'm going to end it. And he was like, where are you? I'm like, I'm in the hospital. And he was like, no, you're not in. Because I had actually checked myself in. And I was just like, I can't do it. And one thing he said to me, he said, Keisha, you're stronger than you think you are. And at that moment, something in me was like, Keisha, like, you can do this. And at that moment, I was like, just let's publish the book, and I was afraid because I didn't want people to see me. And so at that moment, when the book was released, I said, oh, well,
here it is,
and a lot of people did not, and this is my fault, but a lot of people didn't know that I had went through homosexuality, including my family, until they read the book. And so they was,
like, this what happened?
What?
And so they were just like, oh, okay, this is what was going on. And so at that point, I didn't care. This is what it is. This is what I've experienced. And to be honest, and I think
which one?
Crystal said it best.
You better know us apart. I'm just saying.
Crystal said it best. What we go through is not for us. And so even in the Girls and Mentor program, and it correlates with it because some of them are experiencing the same thing that I've been through. And so that's why I didn't title, God gave me the name Be Free Movement. So be free, let's get together, be free, and let's move forward from that place that you were in before.
So how has your life changed since you decided to be true to yourself?
I'm liberated. I don't care what nobody think. I don't care, not to say it like that, but I'm liberated and I feel better. It felt like a major release off me.
Let me tell you, that's like the best feeling ever. To not
feel free.
To not even care what people have to say about you. Because when you're going through stuff and you're like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna say. Oh, here you go. You stressing yourself out. But just to not have, I don't care what the next person. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Somebody said something to me the other day. They said, well, I'm fighting off what people, said about me. And what I'm not gonna do is allow other people's thoughts to become my labels. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm going to do. Like, you can say what you want to say. No, it's only true. It will only stick to you if it's true. Right. If it's not true, then okay, this is how you feel. All right. And that's just that. But I'm not going to allow anybody else feelings or emotions to become my labels. I'm not going.
So the book we just talked about, that was the newest one.
No, that was
the first one. So talk about the newest one.
So I'm super excited about that.
Yes.
So that, the title of that book is called The Moment She Believes is the Moment She Wins. And so with that book, I went through a season where I didn't believe in Ikesha. I didn't believe in me. I didn't believe that I can overcome some things. And fear had a major hold on me. Some things that I had experienced with people had a major hold on me, and it caused me not to believe in me. And so with me writing that book, it was a little easier because I knew I knew at that point I knew who I was. But at the same time, with this new book, it was a joy this time. It wasn't like sorrow or disappointment or hurt. Well, at this point was a little, but I overcame it. But this one was like I was happy when I was writing it. Like, I was believing in me. I think I thought about you all when I wrote the book, because a part of the book is what's your affirmation? Mm-hmm. And so it goes back to believing in who you are and speaking the things. So I'm very excited about that book.
So what's the one thing when someone reads your book, what's the one thing you want them to get out of it?
To be honest, I want them to walk away feeling like they can believe in them. And I want them to take a chance on them. Because sometimes people don't take a chance on believing in themselves. Mm-hmm. They believe in what somebody else say. If Crystal told me I can do this, that I'm gonna believe because she told me. Like, I want them Crystal. To Carice. Yeah. Crystal.
Carice, really. She can't help it.
Go ahead, keep going, girl.
I want them to, walk away believing in them and taking a chance on them. And that's the thing. I feel like once you take a chance on you, you are able to do absolutely anything.
So as you're elevating, as you have been elevating, do you feel more obstacles coming your way?
Of course.
And how do you deal with that?
The old Keisha, my mouth. Thank God that he's delivering me
right,
from that.
Because we'll be bailing you out of jail every week, probably.
I'll just give y'all that card and that PIN number.
Take this card, everybody. Like,
take this card. Here's this PIN number. You know what? Nowadays, I just have, and this is because I had to mature. I go in a quiet place, and I'm not being deep or spiritual. God, you handle these people, because I can't.
Give it to them, girl.
If you don't do it, then I'm going to blaspheme you, because I'm going to be in jail. And that's not what I want to do. So let me just give this over to you. And then, I do have positive mentors in my life. Look, this is what I'm going through. And I'm grateful because they challenge me. When I'm wrong, they check me. Keisha, you was wrong. You should never did this. Don't feel this way. Don't feel that way. So nowadays, I just take it, okay, it happened. Let me have my moment. Let me cry about it. Let me process about it. And after that, I'm done. I think I went through something before, and I called Crystal. She like, look, we only got 15 minutes. This is how you're going to feel, and you're done. And so that's what it is. You have your moment, and you embrace it. You deal with it, as painful it may be. Like, you just deal with it, and you move on.
And I feel like, too, I'm going through something now with my child or whatever. And I was talking to someone, and I had to tell them, if it's out of my control, then there's no point in me sitting here stressing, because you're making yourself sick. You're making yourself be miserable and angry and mad. I'm like, you know what? This is a time where God, like, okay, you ready? You ready to depend on me? You right, God, I give it to you. So God is waiting for us to say, okay, I'm leaning on you, God. I'm trusting on you, God. And he tests us. I feel like that he does test us. He sends things our way like, okay, you ready? I'm waiting for you to say it's on me. I'm like, you're right. If it's out of your control, there's no reason for you to be mad and be cursing and this and that, because you're the one looking like an angry, bitter person. you know? So it's like, give it to God, lean on him, and you keep it moving, keep smiling. God got you, believe me, because it's going to come right on time. You're going to like, wait, this is what I was waiting for. So yeah.
So what else would you like the people know about your new book?
When is it coming out?
The book signing will be July 27th.
Okay. Is it private?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not private.
Okay. It's not a private event. Do you have the location and everything
yes,
yet?
It's at the Pavilion. It's 1318 West 87th Street. So it's from 3 to 7. The flyer. So let me tell you what happened. I was at work yesterday and I got the email of the book cover and I was like in tears because this book, I look different. Like it was like a transformation. Like the pictures are different. Like I just felt good about it this time. Like not that, there you go. Not that.
Thanks, producer.
Right. Not that the old book was, I love it. That was my process. That was my story. But this book, I'm super excited about it because I moved some places. I'm not with people like I used to be anymore. God allowed some things to happen in my life. And when it happened, I was afraid. I didn't know how I was going to, let me be honest, I didn't know how I was going to make it because I was attached to these people. And not only was I attached, it was an ungodly soul tie. Not only was it an ungodly soul tie, the season was up. Once your season is up with people, you have to realize it. And so once I made that transition, it was hard. It was painful. And, I think now in my life, I'm free. I feel free.
Doing so much in the background. Doing so much background.
I'm free. I feel free. And so with this book, it displayed that. It did display freedom, happiness, joy. And in the book, I think I don't know what chapter after the chapter it is, but I wrote a letter to fear. And in the letter, I wrote how I was afraid to move because I was attached and that the fear had paralyzed me to a point where I was blinded. And so at the end of the letter, I was like, look, fear, we're done. We're disconnected. You're no longer part of my life. Thank you for the time and the season that you was there. But now this is a season of liberation. And so this book, I just want people to, it's free to people to come. It's opened. I just want people to be happy, be free. It's nothing like having a spirit of liberation over your life.
Yes.
Like when you're liberated and when you're doing what God called you to do and when you're in the places where God has told you to be at, even though it's not what you used to, it feels amazing. It feels amazing. And only do it feels amazing, you feel like this is destiny. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so this book displayed that. It displayed that. And when I saw the cover, I was like in tears and I felt amazing about it.
Well, I'm excited. I can't wait to be there. Can you tell the people where again? Where is it going to be and the date and time?
It is July 27th, 2019, right? 2019? Yeah.
She got to push us to 20.
It's from 3 to 7. The address is 1318 West 87th Street. And the event is called The Pavilion.
So if people want to purchase your first book, where can they go to purchase
It's on Amazon under my name, Ikesha Clancy, which is IKEYSHACLINCY.
So I have a question.
Sure.
You ready to think?
Let's go.
What would you tell your 15-year-old self?
That it's okay. I remember being 15 and I remember being depressed, sad, hurting. That it's okay. If anything, I will embrace that person and love on that person.
I love it. So if people want to follow you on social media, where should they go? Where can they go?
Again, Ikesha Clancy on Facebook. Instagram is Ikesha_C.
Yeah. Well, because you work with young girls and you have this new project coming out, how are you going to balance? Are you going to have to be free movement to the side to do so? Do you balance it out? How do you make that work?
I know my strength and my weakness, and I'm not an octopus. So I have to find the strength to juggle both because I don't want to leave them. And so in that process, like I've taken them to the photo shoot. Some of them went to the photo shoot with me. Some of them, when they was at my house, I don't let all of them come to my house, but they know the process. When I'm writing my book, I talk to them about it. And so one of the young ladies, I'm sure she don't care about me saying her name. Her name is Samadi. And so she went through a really bad season in her life where she didn't know who she was. She was in the system. Her name was switched. She didn't know her parents. She just recently met her mom about a year and a half ago. She just met her dad. And so she struggled with not knowing who she was. And so even with me writing a book and me talking to her about it, now she is taking on a mindset to believe in her. So now this is what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to study this. I want to study that. And so I have to juggle both because I think both of them align. As I'm believing in myself, I need them to do the same thing.
I would love to get her on the show too, because so many youth are or have been in the system and they don't know who their parents are. So they feel like they don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. So I would love to have her on the show just to talk about that experience and to let us know how she's coming out of that.
She actually, she had a conversation with me a couple of weeks ago and she was like in tears. And she was like, I'm trying to raise my son the best way I know how. But she was lacking information about who she was. Mm. And so, I told her, I encouraged her. I said, look, you are doing an amazing son with your job. I mean, you're doing an amazing job with your son and, you know who your parents are. So now that you know who they are, you introduce him to that. Like, you don't have to raise them the way that they raised you, but you now look at other people's lives and you say, I could pull this from this person. I can pull that from that person. But I think she's doing an amazing job. She's got her certificate in nursing. She's doing a great job. It was hard for her. She's never been out the country before. I'm actually taking her out the country with me in August. She's never been on a plane before. I was like, look, no, you're getting your passport. This is what you're going to do. Mm. Like, it's no more the Chicago 87. No, you're going to leave Indiana. You're not doing that. We traveling. And so I trust her. My family love her. They take her in as their family. She was dating a guy and he was like, that's your family. Like, your family can get along like that. And we not her family. But my family has taken her in like she's ours. And so, she didn't know. She didn't know what family looked like. And so I'm grateful because I was able to give her that look. My family not perfect, but, I gave her that look. And so at this point, to answer your question, I have to juggle both. It's hard, but I have to juggle both. I have to have that time where I'm up at 4:00 in the morning. Okay, I got to pray. I got this assignment. Okay, I got to get prepared for work. After I do that, okay, after the work, because I'm working on my weight, let me go to the gym. Okay, these are the days I'm going to do this. And this is the days I'm going to work on BFM in the book. So I have to juggle it, in this time where, okay, I need to study because I need something in me spiritually, because if it's not, everybody go get out. Mm-hmm. And so let me figure out how can I juggle, and I do it. I'm at a new ministry. And so now that I'm there, it's responsibility. So I have to, take that, what she's teaching me on Sundays. Let me apply it to my life. Let me study it. Let me do this. Let me do that. And so it's a lot, but I juggle it and I deal with it.
So for all the young ladies who are listening and you're dealing with you have dealt with so many different concerns and issues with the girls that you dealt with, what's one message you will say to a young lady who needs to hear something? What's one message you would give?
Not to give up. Because once you give up, once you give up on yourself, it takes a long time to get back to the point to be motivated. So once you give up on you, it's nothing that I can say, nothing that anybody else can say. We can encourage you, but once you give up on yourself, it's it. So I would tell them not to give up.
Well, we're proud of you. We are proud of you. We see the glow. We see the freedom in you. So again, how can they find you on social media?
Facebook is Ikesha Clancy, Ikeysha. Last name is Clincy, and on Instagram it is Ikesha_C.
And your book signing is when and where?
July 27th. At the Pavilion. Again, it's 1318 West 87th Street.
And we'll definitely share it and support. So you guys, you have to support. We have to support our own. We will be pushing. We'll be promoting it. If they want to get your first book, how can they find it?
On Amazon under my name. And the title of the book is Embrace Your Process for Your Destiny.
All right, you guys. So make sure you guys support. We will be tagging her below. And you guys, it's Friday. We're going to have a great weekend.
It's a long weekend.
What we do is
my kids was like, see you See you Monday, Miss Millen.
No,
you
we'll
won't.
see you Tuesday.
Take the day
I'm
off.
actually working on Monday.
Are you?
God bless your ministry.
I need to get these going.
Get them coins though. So you guys have a great weekend. We will see you next Friday on the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show. You guys be safe.
Be safe this weekend,
Be
y'all.
safe. And get
Eat
your umbrella.
good.
It's supposed to rain the whole
I
weekend
want
too,
to
though.
wash my car. There's no need.
No. See y'all next week, y'all.
I will love you anyway.